Hello everyone, V the Amazing Greek here. We're continuing with our go-kart project. I got a little bit of a late start today. We did decide to get the Carwin Junior Dos Santos fight. Bunch of good fights last night. It was very good. Dos Santos won. It was a real good fight. A lot of good fights, like I said. Today what we're going to do, the late start, Whiskey had a part to play in that. I had to clean up the work area. It was disgusting. I can't work like that. So what we're going to do now, I'll show you over here. I'm going to go ahead and pull off the throttle cable. Cut me a piece longer than I need. It clamps up right here. And that's a little screw right there. You can't really see too good. There we go. There's a little screw right there that holds it in. You just put it in there, screw it in. So I may have to come up with something right here where it can just freely flow. As a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to use is I have something like you put electrical, you want to hold something to the wall, it goes around and then screws in. I'll probably use something like that. Sorry about the camera angle, so I'm holding it upside down with my left hand. And that's what we're going to do. And well, as I do the work, I'll show you. And all you go-kart enthusiasts out there can, see what's going on. So let's get started. Alright, here I found the piece I was talking about. I'm going to replace the clasp here with this. And when this squeezes, typically you mount this somewhere if you want like an electrical cord or something up out of the way. And it's got the plastic sheath on it, so I don't have to worry about, as the cable goes back and forth, it slides in freely. We just want to support it. We don't have to worry about it cutting into the plastic and creating drag. And then of course with our little pulley we created yesterday afternoon, we should have smooth action here from here to the end of the cable attached to the end of the rod here, and hopefully the spring, which my brother Phil had a little concern about, this spring right here, he's thinking maybe it wasn't strong enough to return to pull the cable back. So we'll cut the cable and do a test and see if the spring needs to be replaced. Alright, here's where we are. I've set the pedal when you let off of it to be all the way up. I replaced the cotter pin here. I don't remember the name of this style cotter pin. It's the kind that goes around and catches on the middle loop there. So I got one of those. That'll hold that in. Then what we've got is the spring here, and it's got a little bit of tension on it to keep it pulled back. And the throttle doesn't move real far, but it generates the speed with that little bit of movement. So of course then once I get everything just right, I'll bring this back around, clamp it here so I don't have cable just hanging out everywhere. Then it comes around. I actually used the clamp they had here that held the other throttle cable down, but mine moves in here no problem because I got a smaller diameter. And I decided to take the washer off the bottom of our little pulley here because we've got the frame. It's not going to slip down. I just didn't want it to slip up. I haven't secured that yet. I just want to make sure how everything's working. Then there's the little clasp I put. We fed it in here, tightened it down, and everything works good. So that's where we're at. And now we're getting ready to do a little bit of throttle adjustments. And then we'll see if we can get it to run just a little bit.
I leave the filter and stuff out if you'd like me to.
Alright, cool. Here's what my brother Phil's doing right now. We just made us a filter to put in there so we're not sucking in dirt. And we've done some throttle adjustments in there, adjusted the air. Now it runs. You can run and stop and it won't die on us when we stop. And the clutch over here doesn't engage just from sitting there. Before it was, we'd sit there and just from sitting there, we'd try to engage the clutch and make a squeaking sound. And what I'm getting ready to do is somebody, I guess they're not from Earth, they put the tire on with the stem here, and every time it turns it does like this. So I'm getting ready to flip this tire around there. They look like there's some kind of dual left right, doesn't matter as long as you put it on. As a matter of fact, Phil, if I take this tire off and then take this tire off, since we got the bulb spunks, this is not attached to the sprocket in any way, right?
It might be towards the back, but probably not. It looks like this is just on the axle itself. You could probably take it off, but I would honestly keep your back tires together. And
that
swap
way,
them,
okay.
Because those have the turning, and I would swap those. Swap anything.
Okay.
Kind of like you
on your car.
Tires.
Okay. All right. Well, that's where we stand. So I'm gonna flip this tire around.
Don't forget to let them know about marking for.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, Phil had a good idea, so we can keep track of what's going on here. We marked. There we go. We put marks here, so we know where our throttle cable that we've set up. If it starts to slip, we know that if these marks move, that we've got some kind of issue going on. So that was a good idea, and that's where we stand. And we'll be doing a test drive, and we probably will take the camera with us on that one. So stand by for further progress. Via the Amazing Greek here, we have the go-kart ready, getting ready to take our first test drive. I'm going to drive down the road, let you guys see how it is. It's probably going to be louder than shit, so just be ready for it. And here we go.
Alright. Got your kill switch on?
Yeah, we're good on the kill switch.
Ready?
Yep.
Put on brake.
Yep.
You're about to jump with one hand.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Just testing to see if when I slow down, my idle stays, and it does. Alright, whip it around here. When you go to brake, just goose it a little bit, and it does fine. You want to go? There goes Phil. That is fun. I never got it to full speed. I just don't want to blow up the engine. When you start to stop, you gotta
Yeah, I like your go-kart.
You can't go slow on that, huh?
Yeah,
You can?
but you can go fast.
So I can go slow on it?
Yeah, and the turning is a little stiff.
And it won't stall when you go slow?
When you let off and you start to brake, just whoom, a little bit like that so it don't die on you.
Here, I want you to go. No, I want you to go.
The steering is a little stiff, so don't,
Is it worse than Mama's?
it's not just like this. You gotta, here he comes back.
He would be gone as the full speed probably.
Keep the cat out of the way.
I killed it.
Alright, so we're back in the garage. Go-kart ran awesome. I rode it a couple trips. Phil rode a couple trips. Mara, she rode it a couple trips. Then we kind of forced my oldest daughter to get on and say, go ride it, do it. And now we are fixing a very big problem. We got, she ran into a barrier when we were turning around at the church up the street. She ran into the concrete barrier and bent the wheel up. So I'm going to hammer that out. Because when you, Liz, you can, there's air coming out of there. So we're going to fix that. And of course, the steering thing jacked the hell up. So I'm going to straighten that out. And then we should be up and running again. But it was very fun. And that thing hauls ass. We never went balls to the wall because it's so fast. It's scary. Scary if you're going that fast and you turn, you're going to flip. But so we're going to do it and get it back on the road. Also, you can see here kind of bent the square tube, which is very difficult to do. But when you slam the gas and run into concrete, that's what happens. So we'll get ready to head out and get to work on it, and hopefully tomorrow get a couple more trips today. Alright, just real quick. Of course, I suspected this could happen. When I went to heat up and bend this, the weld broke. It was probably a week already from being hit, but me applying a bunch of pressure to it didn't help. So I got the wheel pretty much straightened out on one side. See, can't really tell now until you see where the paint's messed up. I fixed that side. I'm still working on this one. It's getting there, but I may have to just break down, spend the 18 bucks, get another tire. I'll work on it some more tonight. But this piece, I'm going to try to get this piece to look again like this one. So here's how off it is. It should be like this, but it's bent pretty bad. So I'll see if I can do that. If I can't, to heck with it. I'll see if there's a tractor store somewhere. If I can bend it, I'll see if there's a couple places in town that do welding. I'll get them to re-weld that once I get it bent the way I want. If not, probably Tractor Supply, maybe Lowe's, where they sell lawnmowers and stuff. I can get another part to fix that, and so that's what happens. So this is the end of part 2 video. Hopefully part 3 we'll have it put back together, do some more running. I'm sorry about the driving part. I didn't have the viewfinder on. I was just trying to look through the little eye hole, and that's kind of hard to do when driving. So I'll make another video of us driving once we get it put back together and stuff, having some fun. So y'all take it easy and come back, see where we stand in a couple of days. Hopefully tomorrow have it up and running. And I'm V the Amazing Greek. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.